I am Paul Swaby, activational speaker, but with T-Zone Health. And what I want to do is talk about the C25 program. A number of people at different studios or people who I've done sessions with always ask me, what is C25? So let me just reiterate what that is. The C25, the C stands for your champion 25. I will always say there's 24 hours in a day, yes or yes. A champion always does one more. So the way the C25 works is there's a 10-minute warm-up, the 10-minute workout the exact way the machine was designed, and a 5-minute cool down. So we're the huge believers of 10 minutes is equivalent to 1 hour. So even this 10-minute warm-up would be the equivalent, but from someone who's very athletic, who wants to get really into activity, I'm still a huge proponent of getting a nice warm-up first, getting into your 10-minute workout, and a 5-minute cool down. So what I'm going to show you today is exactly how I would do the 10-minute warm-up on this machine. And I'd like to give kudos to a number of different individuals who do yoga and what I've taken from them, what I've taken from my sports background, and incorporate it right into the machine. Thank you. Okay, so back to our C25 routine. This is the 10-minute warm-up that I do. So what I would normally do is start turning the machine on our VT50 machine. Before I really get into that, I will always start with my feet together. I will start with the hard plate versus the soft plate that you would get in your kit. You get 3 mats in total. You get a hard plate and you get the 2 soft plates. But for me, I take advantage of the Reflexology for my 10-minute warm-up. I would normally just go with my bare feet. And I'm going to go to the maximum speed. I'll usually go to a 75 or 100. But for the first 3 minutes, what I want to do is really take that time for myself and get into the art of breathing. If you're not a meditator, this is an opportunity to learn how to meditate. Reflect on what I call your you today. The Y stands for yesterday, the O stands for overlearning, and the U stands for how you utilize it. So yesterday's overlearning is utilized today. And that's your own opportunity to reflect on your yesterday moment. So I'm just going to start breathing in. Breathing in as much as I can. Quickly interrupt my beautiful meditation. A number of people always ask, why do we start with our feet together? And I want you to think of the analogy of starting a vehicle. We wouldn't just start our vehicle and press our foot on the gas pedal full speed. You would start the vehicle up and at least let it warm a little bit, and then you would put it into gear and drive off. Well, the same thing with the machine is you start with your feet together and just allow the circulation to start happening at a high speed. We always talk about anything over 25 speed on the machine is massage and circulation. Anything less than that is more muscle strengthening and toning. Well, here's the opportunity that I get to warm up my body. The capillaries are starting to expand. There's more blood flow going into the system. Toxins are being removed. So I'm going to take advantage of that speed with my feet together. You're not going to notice a whole bunch of movement up in your upper extremities, but you're definitely going to feel it from your feet slowly moving up into the waist. Some people even feel it up into the upper chest. Everyone's body is calibrated a little bit differently. For me, I'm feeling it right into my knees and slowly coming up through to my waist. So I'm just going to go back into that beautiful breathing. But that's the whole purpose of starting with the feet together. I always believe it prevents injury as well in helping your body get back into its proper alignment. So don't mind me, I'm going to go back into my nice meditation, keep my eyes closed, thinking of my yesterday moments. And I'll just breathe in as much as I can. So let's say I'm breathing in for 10 seconds all the way in. I'm going to blow out for 10 seconds. Breathe in for more. The good thing about T-Zone is we have 5 different models, and every single model you can do this exact same warm-up on. So you're not limited just because I'm on a VT50 machine, my favorite machine of all the machines, but any one of the machines you can do this lovely routine. And don't get me wrong, I actually use all 5 machines for different reasons. So, but specifically for this, we're going to use the VT50 machine. always ask me, should I get into a pelvic tilt? You can get into a pelvic tilt. It starts getting you used to really holding the glutes in tight, sucking the stomach in, working on the three core muscle stability, your stomach, your glutes, and your thighs. You don't have to do that right away, but you should start getting used to holding that pelvic tilt so you're always working the three core muscle stability. We owe it to ourselves to slow down and reflect on our yesterday moments. So clearly it's about 3 minutes. So what I would do at this point, I'm going to bring it right down to my champion number. So for me, I can do anything less than 25, but for me, I always like to keep myself focused on that champion number of 25. So I have it on 25, I've widened my feet to where I feel comfortable. I'm really holding in the pelvic tilt. I mean, we always say think of holding a pencil in the bum, a $100 bill, whatever works for you, just keep your glutes tight. And what I'm going to do is what I call the broken broomstick. So here I'm holding my hands out, my thumbs are up, stomach is in tight, really pelvic tilt. I always keep one hand to center. That's your bullseye you're looking at. But the broken broomstick, I want you to think of a broomstick. You're trying to always break it in half. Not even trying. We're going to break the broomstick in half. Remember, trying's not doing. We want to take action. So what we're going to do, I'm going to look over my right shoulder, looking down my right wrist, keeping my glutes tight. And the first one, I'm just going to go as far as I possibly can. I'm going to hold it for 2 to 5 seconds. I usually do the 5 seconds. We owe it to our body to really give it a nice stretch. Come right back to center. Make the right hand your bullseye. Find that bullseye in the wall. Hold the glutes tight. Bring it back. Go as far as you possibly can. This is a great opportunity to bring the body back into its proper alignment. Work on keeping your feet straight. Like tires on a vehicle. We'll use the tire analogy. Keeping the feet straight. Coming back. And this would be number 2. Back to my bullseye. Trying every single time. Think of a wet shirt. Trying to get all the water out. Every single time you're going to notice I'm looking to go as far as I possibly can. Keep my glutes tight though. Nice. Nice. Here we go. Keeping it tight. Back to center. As far as you can. Work the core. Beautiful thing. If you notice that your head is shaking too much, just bring the feet in closer. That's all you got to do. When you bring the feet in closer, it reduces a shake into your head that you might think is uncomfortable. That means that you're calibrating your body back to where you're comfortable. So it's always widen your feet to where you feel comfortable, not where someone else says you should be. Here we go, back to center. This will be my 3rd one. You can see every time I'm getting better and better. Holding in my glutes tight, flexing. Here we go. I don't know about you, but I want to warm up those muscles before I really get into any kind of workout. Back again. Getting better. Beautiful. Feeling nice in the shoulders, right in the glutes. It's a beautiful thing right now. Right now, it's a beautiful thing. Really get it going. Now we're getting into something. Excellent. Excellent. Here we go, number 5. As far as you can. Take that time to get a beautiful stretch in. Back to the pelvic tilt, really tight. Beautiful stretch. Oh, that's a beautiful thing right there. My shoulders are nice and warm, they're getting heated up. Here I am back to pelvic tilt. This is what's called the Swan. Always keep one hand on your leg or on your thigh. Use it as a measuring stick. My objective is to touch the ankles. I love the girls that teach me yoga. It helps my muscles tremendously. Swan is one hand up. If you have difficulty with your hand up, elderly or whatnot, hey, guys, like I've always said, I'm Lena Mae Swaby's baby boy. My mom's 82. I always got to show love. If my mom wouldn't be able to do this here, she would have her hand here, and she'd come down and stretch as far as she can. So there's always a modification for everything that we do. Even the broken broomstick, just to go back, you could have one hand here if you have balance challenges, and bring the other hand as far as you can. So I want to make sure I kind of just rest a little bit to go back there, just to say you can't have your hand here if you're having difficulty holding it to center. Over time, you'll find out how much easier it will be to be back to proper alignment and your balance much better. Let's get into that Swan. Here we go. You can go as far as you possibly can. I'm just going to speed it up, not because I'm trying to speed it up, but because of the talking and doing the doing the video, I want to make sure you understand what that 10-minute warm-up's all about and I don't miss anything. So I'm going to go as far as I can, keeping my things tight, 5 per side. Normally I would do 5 per side here, really as far as I can. Love this stretch, this opens you up. Everything opens up here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm going to do one more. Normally I do 5 per side. Now I can normally, when I cheat for not holding my pelvic tilt, I'll tell you guys, I can get past my ankles no problem. So my flexibility is very good. That's because I do it every day. But when I'm keeping the pelvic tilt tight, working the core, I got to really, really hold everything tight as much as I possibly can. Now I'm being challenged. The muscles are flexing. Everything's on fire. It's a beautiful thing right here. Oh, you got to love this stretch. Open yourself right now. Oh, 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 oh. It doesn't get any better than that. Here we go. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. Be your own waterfall. Just let it flow. Oh, beautiful. All right, so from there, we would do what's called the horse position. The way it works, legs are straight, chest is out. Women, this is where you need to show off. Stick out your chest. Stick it out. Suck your belly button into the spine. Let your hands loose and dangle. And I'm just sucking in as much as I can. I'm looking up. I should have a U in my back, a nice curve. I'm looking up. Now, sometimes what I'll do for lower back to strengthen it is I'll just come back up again. Hold the pelvic tilt here. I come right back here. Really look up. Suck it in for 5 seconds. And then we're going to go into what I call the angry cat. Chin into the chest. Stomach is very tight. Your stomach should be on fire. Concaving in, hump back. Very, very tight. Right into what we call the beautiful jet. You're a jet right now. From the jet, your triceps should be tight and flexed. Women call it angel's wings, chicken wings, Batman wings. Well, the way you work the arms is work those 3 muscles. There's 5 muscle heads in the arm. The tricep is accountable for 3. So if you keep it very tight, holding this position over time, you'll notice it'll start to tone on you. Go into a beautiful airplane. Beautiful thing. Chin into the chest. Stomach should be on fire. And here we go. That Superman's coming back in the building. Get into that Superman or Superwoman, doesn't matter. I think we're all superheroes in our own disguise. I don't care what anyone says. Stand straight up. You got the first half done. Oh, I got to bring out my Superman. It's a beautiful thing. So now I'm going to use these beautiful bands, our for specific T-zone bands. Same thing, but check it out. My thumbs are down. Really working the triceps, as you can see. Holding the pelvic tilt back to the broken broomstick. So normally we would do the 10 minutes. So we'd normally do it back to the broken broomstick. For argument's sake, you're holding it, thumbs down. You can even have your thumbs resting. Flex the triceps I just talked about. Hold the pelvic tilt. Flex. This is the upper part of the tricep and the upper part of the back. I know women like to work on that. More men can work on it too. We all can work on it. Here, this is what tightened me back up. Keeping it tight, everything's flexed. Really tight. Back to that broken broomstick. So I'd be doing 5 per side of the broken broomsticks with the bands. I'll do another one just to show you. Thumbs are down. Flexing the tricep, as you can see. Flexing again. Pelvic tilt in. As far as I can. Really working my core. Core's on fire, guys. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. We don't need to be in a rush. We do not need to be in a rush. I know we remember the story of the tortoise and the hare. Who won the race? We all know it's the tortoise, right? Flex, 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 flex. Hands are down, there's no race. Same thing now. I do 5 per side again. With the beautiful bands, I would just have one hand here. Here I could put my hands here if I want to do a little bicep. Now let me show off a little bit. A little bicep flex. But I'm going to go here, I'm going to go here. Really stretch it out. Pelvic tilt. Really get the lean. This is why I give love for yoga. It's a beautiful thing. You can learn a lot from yoga, I'll tell you that. So here's some yoga right here. 5 per side. Beautiful thing. Flex it in. Stomach in. Pelvic tilt. Oh, yes. Beautiful. So I'd be doing 5 per side, using the bands for more flexion. Beautiful thing there. So I do 5 per side of the Swan is what I just did. I would take the same weight. I could tighten it on the fly if I want. This is a great example. I could either tighten it on the fly or keep it here. This is still about a pound. I don't even have to have it tight, guys. Here I am. Legs are straight. This is the horse position. Chest is out. I'm looking up, creating a U in my back. Sucking in my belly button for 5 seconds. Just holding it. If you want to work a little bit more on the lower back, come back to a pelvic tilt. You can lean right back in again. Suck the stomach in, chest is out. And here we go again. Back into a beautiful angry cat. Stomach should be tight. Create a nice humpback. Stomach's in and tight. With the weights again. Wrists, hands are up. Flex the triceps. Hold that for 5 seconds as the stomach's tight. From there we go to a beautiful airplane. Look at my airplane flying. And look at me, Superman is in the building. Oh, it's a beautiful thing here at T-Zone. You gotta love this warm-up. That's what it's all about. Just get right up. Hold the pelvic tilt for a good 5-10 seconds, but if you're doing this complete warm-up without any distraction, that will be a complete 10-minute warm-up, and your body will be ready for the true 10-minute workout we're about to do. Thank you.